folks, and welcome to this second part of our Pomsey Present Pet project. So what we're doing next is we are taking the screws out the body so that we can get access to the switch on the back and the touch sensor on the chest. Interesting little, it's like a little plastic washer.
Where did it come from?
It came from here. It was like the screws put in the washer first and then it goes in the hole. The touch sensor has a wire coming through this hole, so you don't actually need to take it apart to get to the touch sensor. Okay. All we need is to get access to the switch on the back, that's it.
Okay.
That's a battery box in there.
I might have to undo it in case there's any screws inside. Gosh, 3 cells.
It's still got the not for resale batteries in.
Batteries on there.
And this is 2 years old.
Well, let's get this off first. It's acting like a piece of tape sticking both arms together.
Oh right, okay. So all we want is you don't need to take it all apart. We just want access to the wires of the switch, that's all.
Look at, there are 2 switches there.
Oh, 2 switches. Interesting.
Oh, I see. It's 2 switches, but there's still only 1 switch to function.
Okay. Why have you taken the tail out?
Well, it came out, and in order to put it back in correctly, I'm just... Right. This goes round. This turns round. And it's got like a cam on it.
Yes.
So what it seems to be doing is making this go from side to side like that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the tail's back in now.
Right.
It's touch sensor wire, isn't it, there? Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll put it back together then. Okay.
So you took some screws out of one leg. Did you not really need to do that?
That's right, yeah.
You just needed to take them off the body.
Yeah.
Okay. So next, Paul's going to extend the wire on the touch sensor underneath and the wire on the switch on the back, and the wire to the speaker and the wire to the microphone and the wire to the touch sensor on the head. And also, when you extend the wire to the speaker, Paul, I want a switch putting in
to turn it on and off.
To turn it on and off. So, Paul, before extending the wires, you've done a bit of other work, haven't you?
I've taken the port pads off the front.
So those were sort of sewing in.
Yeah, the cloth is fixed onto some of these fixings that they put into the. I think they must be sewn on first and then pushed in, like clips that push into the feet.
Right. I wonder if I'll be able to use them or not.
I think so, because I think we'll be able to spring them out.
you've taken off the fur that was on the back
Yeah,
as well.
the fur on the back was held on by cable ties, you can see in this groove here.
So I should be able to use cable ties again, shouldn't
Yeah,
I?
if you use the right size cable ties, you should be able to use cable ties to lock
The
your
fresh
own,
fur.
yeah, that you got to make, yeah, okay.
So you've taken the microphone off the wires.
Yeah, we've just desoldered them there. We've desoldered the speaker from the yellow wires. And we took this switch off, which is rather interesting.
Yeah. So you found out what was going on with this, didn't you?
Yeah, this
so
is...
you just put a piece of card in there.
Yeah, this is a switch that's wired to these brown wires. We've taken it off because it's just a use once switch.
Yes.
It's one of these switches they put in when it's packaged.
You pull like a tab out.
Yeah, you pull the tab out.
To start
and
it.
it starts up, yeah. Obviously, it's redundant once it's been pulled out. So we've desoldered it, taken it out, and just the brown wires, shorted them out, put some insulation over them.
Yeah, because when you pull a tag out, it
when you pull the tag out,
completes a circuit.
That's right, the switch closes. When the tag's in, which we can represent by this little bit of card here, I think it was a plastic strip, wasn't it, originally? The switch is open, but as soon as you pull it out, the switch closes, completes the circuit. It's quite a nice little idea. We've taken the switch off, the back switch off these blue wires here.
Yeah, you're using a different switch for that, aren't you? You're not using the original because you didn't think it was very good quality, the original.
No. So all these wires now, there's one more touch sensor wire there. So all these wires, 2 touch sensor wires, 1 switch wire at the back, 1 speaker wire, 1 microphone wire, they all want lengthening.
Yeah. So you've lengthened all of these wires now, Paul?
Yeah, they've all been lengthened considerably, probably too long, but then you can trim them to what you require after you've completed your sculpting.
So the red and black one is?
Microphone.
The 2 yellows twisted together, speaker. Touch sensor.
On the single yellow, yeah. Touch sensor
back
at the head.
button.
Back button on the black wires.
Touch sensor.
Another touch sensor on the belly for the single yellow wire.
Okay.
And we found a nice nut and bolt as well that you probably might want to use to fix the head on.
Right. So the switch that's going on here, Paul, it's...
push to make momentary action, yeah?
Yeah, and you've got a switch that'll do that.
Well, it depends on where you want the switch mounted. Is it in the ears or...?
In the ear.
So we need to look for a sort of small, flattish switch. I think I've got one of those, yeah.
Okay. So you'll be doing that next, won't you?
Yeah.
So, Paul, you've found a momentary action switch.
Nice click action to it, nice and light.
And you've got rather an ingenious idea for mounting this switch in the ear.
Yeah, so we've got to get this switch inside this ear that you've made. Well, once it's inside the switch, it's got to be stable as well. We don't want it moving around. So we're going to put a drop of Evo stick on there and get it in and press it down. But it's difficult to get it through that hole with a glue on. So what we thought we'd do is put a tube in like that.
Make it easier.
Yeah, so we've got a clear entrance. We can put the switch through with this drop of Evo stick and get it placed right. Hold it down and then pull the tube out and then leave that to set.
So the switch is here, near the top of the ear. So we want to leave that for 24 hours then?
Yeah, just to help it bond in place.
So that's the switch for this wire sorted. So next we need a switch for the speaker, which will be a latching switch.
Yeah.
And that's going to go in the other ear. So as with this one, you'll have to put some wires on the switch and then join them to these.
Yes, that's right.
After.
Yeah.
So Paul's put some wires on this latching switch and he's glued the switch on to a piece of card because it's very small. And he actually made a button for this, 3D printed it and glued it on.
So that's the latching switch.
So Paul's wired everything up so that we can test that everything's working. So we should be able to switch it on with the switch in the ear. Yes, that's working. So Paul's switched the volume on now. So I'll test out the touch sensors. That's the excited one, that's working. It's the cuddle mode. That's working. And we'll put it in back mode to check the microphone. So switch the switch once. Hello? Everything's working perfectly. Brilliant. So the speaker, Paul, you said you would try designing a case for the speaker.
That's right.
That will fit on the back of the Pomsie's head.
Right about here.
Yeah.
So we want this in a case, and for the case to fit on the back of the head like that.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this Pomsie though. Don't you think there's a bit of space at the back of it? Inside. There doesn't look like there's anything at the back.
That's right, yeah. What
Do you think it's worth
taking it apart and trying to mount the speaker inside? I think it's worthwhile investigating before we 3D print something and put it on the back. Looks like it might be a tight squeeze, but we can investigate it. Okay, you can see a microphone there.
microphone?
Yeah. Does it respond to sound?
I have to reread the instructions for Pomsies because I can't remember a microphone being involved.
That most definitely looks like a microphone.
Oh, I'll have to have a look.
Okay, so can we fit the speaker inside? Can we move this web in here?
We're not using this particular Pomsie because
Yeah.
I found a more appropriate one, a puppy version. But the makeup of it will be the same. So if you manage to get that speaker in the back of it,
Yeah.
we could still take the back off the other one and put that on.
Okay. We'll take the speaker upstairs with this and take this web out here. Stretch this strengthening web out and see if the speaker will fit here somehow, yeah?
Oh, right. Okay.
And once it's fitted in, will it actually go back without fouling any of the electronics? Yeah. It's worth trying it.
This Pomsie isn't the actual one I'm going to use because I found out that there's a puppy version of the
Right, it's got
Pomsie.
puppy sounds then.
Puppy sounds, and I thought that'd be much more appropriate.
Yeah.
So I've sourced one on eBay. I'm waiting for that to come, and that's the one I'll be using. So that's about it for this video, folks. Hope to see you in the next project update video. Thanks for watching as always, and see you next time.